We figured it was a good idea to start this episode with giving you a little bit of an update about the cockroach situation that we told you about 2 weeks ago. Really, I think it got worse before it gets better, I guess. If you were to ask our opinion, this is the first time it's ever happened to us. And I know it happens, to a lot of cruisers. So basically, we set up everything. We set up the traps like we told you, and we put the boric acid, dusted it everywhere, really. And it was fine for like 2 nights. And then the third night, there was like a freaking army. Came out from the woodworks. Tanner said he killed, well, actually, I was watching him. He killed almost all of them. He said he killed about a baker's dozen of these little suckers. And they were, he did kill all of them. And they were tiny. Once he found, they were tiny. And that was like the worst night. It ended up being okay. I sleep next to a little vanity, so there's a sink there, and normally cockroaches like to be in the galley or the head because obviously they're looking for water. And I am just so lucky that I am next to a sink when I sleep. So there were two little suckers crawling up in that area. So yeah, did that give me a freaking heart attack? Pretty much. I still slept in my bed after having like a little bit of a fit about it. And everything ended up being okay.
Since then, we've seen one.
Yes.
And that's it. And since the one, I haven't seen any. So.
Right.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, worse before better.
We'll see how it goes.
We did go into the hardware store that we got the boric acid at yesterday, and Tanner said they were all out.
They were all out, and they had a ton. So I feel like all the boats that are launching are just like, give me it.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing the same thing.
And also, you made a good point yesterday, because so many boats obviously were out of the water in the yards for hurricane season. Mm-hmm. And so everyone's getting these gosh darn little roaches. I'm glad we got our acid when we did.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's kind of broken apart. I have drawers on the floor I'll show you. And we're just looking every night like maniacs and hoping that...
We're good. We think we got rid of them.
You think we did?
Like I said, I haven't seen any in a while, so...
I know.
We're keeping just a little bit of boric acid out and about just because they're supposed to keep it out for about 2 weeks. Well, not supposed to stay on top of it for 2 weeks because
it could take like 3
hatch.
weeks.
It takes 2 weeks for them to hatch and then blah, blah, blah. So
yeah.
We think this was a fresh hatch and it killed them all, so they didn't have time to make another little set of hatchlings.
Yeah.
So should be good to go.
Yes. You're the man, babe.
Roach free.
I'm telling you, this man does, like, he's up with a flashlight in every space, like, has our back 100%. I haven't had to kill a single roach. He's the freaking man. I'm very lucky. I'll show you, like, look at how I've had to take everything apart. It's so bad. Boric acid, still everywhere. The drawers are off. I have the drawers under here. We're filling up on water right now, so we have to check our water tanks. But yeah, I've got my drawers out. We're trying our very best.
Staying hopeful because I feel like even if I was to say that we are roach free, I feel like the moment I say that, we're going to find one.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
So,
knock on everything.
The moment, there's none.
Yes.
We will hope that it stays that way.
I was feeling the Christmas spirit. Put on the red lip, put on the hat. I'm like, what are we doing? It's in 10 days. Well, Christmas Eve is in 10 days. And we don't know where we're going to be because we've been looking at weather and it's all a little bit up in the air, but who knows? We might leave in the morning. We might not.
Next week looks good. Like, we should be able to have a window pretty much any time next week, but tomorrow looks decent, and we were thinking of just getting a head start, so we maybe could possibly visit another island. Who knows? Otherwise, next week looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. Pretty much all week, so we'll see.
Plans were decided to wait it out for the weather window we preferred next week, so into the water we went. Bequia has beautiful snorkeling right off of their beaches. We anchored the dinghy in front of the beach and looked at the beauty located right below us. octopus in particular surprised us by how comfortable he was. Most of the time, they try harder to hide from us when we're diving. This guy hung out right out in the open. One of our favorite parts of the Caribbean is the clear, warm waters. It will be something we miss the most when we start traveling to other parts of the world.
All right, we are underway. Finally. We had a lot going on. When we pulled up anchor, there was a lot of wind. The boat in front of us was anchored on top of our anchor. There's a couple crab traps. And it was bumpy, so...
Still bumpy.
Still bumpy. Less bumpy. But we are now in the lee of St Vincent. The wind has died, the motor's on. It's calmed down a bit. It was bumpy, lots of wind. 25 knots. It's probably sustained 20 to 22. It was fun. But we're underway, moving along, going to St Vincent Chateau Bel Air this evening. Fanciness.
Not bragging, but Tanner is taking me to Chateau Bel Air, the anchorage, today for the night. And unfortunately, we won't be getting off the boat in Chateau Bel Air because this little guy, this dinghy, we're not dropping him. He's staying where he is. So it's dinner on Bandit. But I mean, I already have the Prince of Chateau Bel Air with me. I don't know why that anchorage name is just so cool to me. It's just so fancy.
The wind had died completely, so we easily dropped our mainsail and headed into our parking spot for the evening.
Welcome to Chateau Bel Air. It's so pretty. I can definitely see why they shot Pirates of the Caribbean in some of these areas because it looks like the movies. It's gorgeous, but it's rolly as hell. And right now it's calmed down a little bit, but when we first got here, it was like rail to rail. So hopefully it won't be like that the whole night. Our friends are on Hana time right there. And I think they're gonna pick us up so we can get off the boat for a little bit because it's only like 3 p.m. So if we don't have to endure this the whole day, we won't. But tomorrow morning, bright and early, we are heading to Rodney Bay, St. Lucia. We can't wait. While we wait for them to pick us up, I figured I would tell you guys when we were leaving Bequia today, we were checking out, and it was so unfortunate. We were walking past this market that we got our vegetables at yesterday. We actually get our vegetables there all the time. And the gentleman that kind of runs the market, it's him and his daughter. And it looked like he was having a stroke, maybe a heart attack.
Something was going on.
It didn't look good
And
at all.
There was probably 25 people crowded around. We went and helped to go get a taxi so that they could get them to the hospital, or get him to the hospital as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But it didn't look super great. It was really sad.
Yeah. It was pretty awful.
We literally just got vegetables from him yesterday.
Yeah.
And today.
Filled up too. That was some of the most we've bought from them in a long time.
Didn't look good. I really, really hope everything's okay. But I wish there was more that we could do.
I know.
Honestly, it was really sad, but helpless, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's so emotional to see stuff like that. I mean, you just saw the daughter. Obviously she was a wreck. And it made us so emotional this morning. Anyway, we just said a prayer for their family, and just that's the best you can do. We're just bystanders, but I'm glad that yesterday it worked out that we bought so many vegetables there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hopefully that'll help pay for whatever's going on.
Hopefully he recovers. I don't know.
Wish we could give you guys an update on the situation, but we have no idea what's going to come of it.
Just makes you think one day to the next. So
yeah, Anything could happen.
Yeah, hug your loved ones tight. Always. Don't forget to say I love you.
I love you.
Be the weirdo that overuses it, like I do.
Josh and Tamara on Hanu Time picked us up so we could get a closer look at this beautiful anchorage. The main island of St. Vincent is truly magical. Although we were only staying for the night, we find it's nice to have places left for us to come back to that we haven't yet explored. Our friends had caught a tuna on their passage yesterday and invited us over for poke bowls. This is where I discovered a life-changing tool.
That's the magic tube.
A magic tube. Check this out. Unpeeled garlic.
Okay, going in like so. That's it? That's all I do?
Look at that.
It's like one of those infomercials. It is. It's like
It's a
and
magic
you
tube.
have
Look at
5
how many
minutes to get it at a 25% discount.
Wait, there's more.
This is seriously brilliant.
If you push down hard while you're rolling it, it'll kind of mince it a little bit, so then you just have to chop it.
I've lived without this 31 years of my life, and I'm never gonna live without it again. As soon as I can,
Amazon!
I will be purchasing this.
Garlic lovers, this one's for you. Some dinner views are tough to beat. This was certainly one of them. Thanks, Hanu, for being impeccable hosts every time. Next morning, Rodney Bay, St. Lucia.
Where we will see you guys next week.